guys, so today we're going to do a much deserved yoga stretch. All of our bodies tend to hold a lot of tension, whether it's from stress or from postural positions, seated, whether you're moving around a lot or sitting a lot, we all need to have a good stretch, correct?
Yes, we do.
Good.
Yes, we do.
So if you do have a yoga strap, go ahead and grab that. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a fitness band or loop. Or I do highly recommend a towel, like a bath towel, not a super plush thick one, but a bath towel that you could wrap around your leg when lying down. That's essentially what we need it for. So if you do have yoga blocks, we don't have any handy, you can always grab those. They're great for some of our lunging positions. So we're going to start just in a child's pose. If this is not comfortable for you because of knee flexion, you can always rest something underneath between the calves and the hamstrings. Another thing that you can do to get comfortable in this pose is to have the fists stacked to bring the floor up to your forehead so that you can just relax and breathe. So we'll exhale all the air that we have in our lungs, and we'll just inhale through our nostrils and feel the breath expand through your ribs, your front belly, your back ribs, your lower back. And then as you exhale, allow your body to just settle and sink into the support underneath you. So as you inhale, your belly doesn't just expand, the ribs expand sideways, you breathe into your kidney wings at the back of the body, and then as you exhale, you allow everything to settle and melt right down. So do a few nice deep cleansing breaths to clear your mind. Let any tension go. And just bring your awareness onto your body. So just one or two more deep breaths like this. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling. One last one like this. And good. It is really nice to let sound out with our breath. We release physical and emotional tension in the body. Great. Let's come up onto the hands and knees. So we'll come so that the hands are right underneath the shoulders and the knees are not underneath the hips. The toes can be flat or curled. We'll inhale into a cow pose where we broad across the collarbones and we widen through the sit bones, and we'll exhale into the cat. So Jeff's just kind of done that the other way. We'll exhale into that black Halloween cat position, chin into the chest, take the tail under, and we'll inhale into the cow pose. Exhale into the cat pose, round the spine right out, press into the palms, really hollow out the belly, inhale into the cow. So just move with your own rhythm of breath here. Ideally, you can start inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, go ahead and start breathing in that rhythm. The next time we round up in the cat pose, I just invite you to explore here through this movement. So really hollow out the belly, maybe come up to tented fingertips and thumb tip, and just wiggle side to side. You can swivel your hips a bit, look under and over the shoulder, gently shake out no with the head, and then soften back down. Let's now turn the fingertips towards the knees, okay? So for many of us, this will be very difficult, and we'll come up like this instead. We can come right up like this and let the fingers drip down. Otherwise, you're shifting your weight forward and then gently back. So we're really stretching out through those forearm flexors, those muscles that contract when we're gripping a glass, holding onto a steering wheel, typing at a computer, okay? We're trying to relax all these muscles here. Just stretch them out. And again, if you're doing one side, then make sure you do the other side. The further your hands are from the knees, the more challenging this is, the deeper stretch you'll get. Watch the elbows don't bend. Good, and then we'll just come up right on our knees and just shake and wiggle out. Okay, wiggle out the fingers, shake it out. Good. Shake it out, wiggle it out. Good. Let's come back down. Let's take the hands further in front. We're going to curl the toes, and we're going to come right back into a downward dog. So in our downward dog, start with your knees really bent, and just pedal the feet out. One after the other. We call this walking the dog in yoga, but it's almost like a sprinter on the blocks. Okay, get very strong through the hands, spread through the fingertips and thumb, gently shifting the weight back and forth. And now see if you can just shift the weight side to side. So maybe you come to the inside and outside edge of your feet and just play around here. I'm on one of the kids' smaller, shorter mats. I'm almost falling off. Go gently back and forth. Good. Good. And then let's shift our weight forward and back. So shoulders, elbows, wrists are stacked. If for some reason you can't do this, you bend your knees. And then press back into down dog. Inhale forward into our plank. Strong through our hands and our core. Exhale back. Many of us will have our knees quite bent in our downward dog. Inhale forward, especially if the hamstrings are tight. Exhale back. Good. Let's just try this one more time, please. Inhale forward and exhale back. We'll hold downward dog for 5 breaths. So in our downward dog, our hands are shoulder width apart. Our feet are hip width distance apart. We're really spreading through the palms as if we've just taken our hands in paint and then we're trying to make that perfect print on the mat. And then here we're really getting the lats involved. So we're getting these muscles to wrap around the ribs, yes, so that the shoulders are not up in the ears. They're not dumping to the ears. And then the hips are coming back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Victory is not having your heels down. Victory is getting a really nice stretch to the backs of the legs. So watch that you don't compromise the position of the pelvis, tucking under just to get the heels down. Okay, so we've probably been there enough. Let's bend the knees, please. Okay, let's now take the left heel behind us. We'll shift the body rather forward and back. Okay, another nice strong stretch to the Achilles heel. Okay, we're trying to lower the heel to the ground. It definitely won't get there. Hold it here, hold it here, hold it here. So your knees down.
Yeah, I can't. I need to go up a little bit to get a little leverage on my calf to feel stretched there.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Good, good variation.
That's
here.
from an injury. I had an injury in my ankle, so the range of motion is limited in that ankle. So I
Yeah,
have to
no.
go up a little bit.
Thank you. It's good for variations. We've all got different injuries and history in our bodies. We have to remember that. Lift the left leg up now. Okay, and take the right thumb up. If your shoulders are tight, you're taking it on a diagonal. If they're not, you're taking it straight over the head. Either way, the thumb is to the sky, so we really work the back of the body, the back of the shoulder. Good. Hold here for balance. Core is tight. And please lower down. Inhale here. We'll exhale, switch to the other side. So we'll have our left leg down and our right heel up. And again, Jeff may have the same thing on this side, or he may not because of, again, the mobility through the right versus the left ankle. That was broken for playing football. Good. And then we'll hold here, charge that back leg, and then we'll charge it so much we lift the heel right off. We'll take the left thumb up. Again, if your shoulder's tight and you're feeling the shoulder up to the ear, try to draw it down. Energy through the back of the leg. The gaze is just past the front of your mat. Beautiful, and lower down. Inhale here, exhale. Round out into that cat stretch again. Come right up into that cat stretch. And from this cat stretch, push into your hands. Lift your knees off in this cat position. So you're lifting your knees off, you're all rounded, it feels funny, and then you're just gonna wiggle back into a downward dog. So the pelvis goes from tucking under to tipping forward. Now let's take the right leg up high to the sky, as high as you can, and rise up on your left heel if possible. Sweep that leg right through to between the hands. We may definitely need to pick it up to get it where we want it to go. We can bend the back knee, please. Take the hands to the right thigh. We can have the hands on the right thigh. Maybe we feel comfortable to come into a crescent lunge with the fingertips up. Okay, we're tucking the tail under. We're feeling that left glute, that left bum cheek turning on. Okay, firing up to open up to the front of the hip. We may even want to lift that left hand up and reach over to the right side. Ooh. Some of us will have range. Maybe you need a block to lift up the foundation to come over to the right side. Really feel that whole diagonal line, that diagonal pull through the right side, or the left side rather. Breathe into the left side. Beautiful. And now let's take the hands on the hips. We'll come into a half split. So the toes come up, the pelvis tips forward. So we may definitely need to micro bend through that front knee and lengthen our heart forward. Like there's a string on that chest bringing you forward. The fingertips may find the mat, or they may find your two blocks on either side of the toes. Okay, breathing here. Feeling the pinky toe side of the foot to really come back. Feel that charge up the back of the legs. If your body will allow, maybe your head comes down and melts down. Okay, don't force the body. Good, let's shoot forward this time. Let's just heel toe the foot out a bit wider. Okay, heel toe it out a bit wider, and let's flex the toes up and then peel the foot off, like you're peeling Velcro off. So you're doing a nice kind of wave with the hip, okay? So a lot of us don't have big range through the hip, so you might not get a lot of motion. That's fine. Keep breathing in and breathing out. Good. Good. Now let's place the foot firmly back. Let's charge the back leg with energy. You might even need to go onto fists here or to your blocks. Good. Shift forward and back. Shift forward and back, and we can stay right here. Or what we may want to do is to work on lowering the outside elbow. It typically comes down easier than the inside elbow. And then maybe we keep the knees charged up, or maybe we bend that back knee. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm just going through some different variations here. Something else that can be done is to bend the back knee and twist around. Okay, so many people are not going to have this accessible. Some people may want to try this. I'm just showing as a variation. You can have your strap around your calf and all the way around your ankle, and you can pull it in this way. Okay, so this is one way you can use your strap. Okay, otherwise we'll unravel. Let's take both hands down, pick up your back leg. Let's press back into a down dog. Press back into the down dog, pedal out your feet. Pedal out your feet. What we do on one side, of course, we'll do on the other. Gently back and forth, and then we'll take the left leg high to the sky, sweep it up, bring it into the belly, and then place it down on the ground. Okay, bend your back knee, double up your mat if you need, depending on the padding underneath the knee. Take the hands on the thigh. Really draw the belly in, fire up that right glute. Hands can go 1 or 2, up over the head, or they can stay on your knee. You can take that nice stretch over. If you feel anything through your lower back, you can come forward here. So you don't want to feel any crunching, okay, or compression in your lower back. Take a nice deep breath in, long breath out. Allow your body to soften into the pose. Sometimes you have to back up a bit to ease in a bit further, okay? Good. And then once you've had enough there, you can take the hands on the hips, curl the toes up with a little micro bend in the knee so that pelvis can tip forward. Okay, so the pelvic bowl, here's this bowl. Okay, we're tipping it forward, so your bum is up and your pubic bone goes down, yeah. And then we take the fingertips, maybe they land on the mat or they land on your blocks, and you can pull the baby toe ball back and you can melt down. So you can, again, feel like, okay, maybe I need to come out of this one to come in deeper. Okay, the brain is a powerful thing. It will protect your body if it feels like it's going somewhere that's not safe. So remember that. Use your breath to ease the body, and then we'll shift forward. No rush to be synchronized with exactly what we're doing. We can take this leg right nice and wide here. Okay, so we can play around with the back knee up, the back knee down. We can pick up the left toes and we can just wave here at the hip. Okay, so this is essentially your hip is doing this, right? We're waving, open from deep in that socket in the hip, not forcing it. This is one, if you've ever had a hip replacement, you're not doing this one, okay? We're not gonna do this one today for you. And then we're gonna lift the back knee up. Maybe we come up on fists. We can shift forward and back. And then we can also play around with coming down, lowering our body down to the earth. Watch, we're not doing any strange contorted things to get here. That's when we use our blocks again to just bring the mat up. Okay, so we can play around here. For some of us, we'll come up. We'll have the right hand down and we'll pick up the back foot and grab it, or maybe we reach around towards it. But if you feel like trying to get your foot here is creating all kinds of strange things with the rest of the pose, then don't do it, okay? So we're all at different levels with the body. It's willingness to open up here. Breathe in and breathe out. How does this feel? Good?
This feels great, yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah, don't force the body anytime. This is definitely not the spot to push in. We've done enough push. Okay, so lift up, press back, and then let's pedal out the feet again. Pedal out the feet. Feels so good. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to do one more thing here to integrate those hip flexors. So let's bend here. We're going to do a nice side body stretch, which is going to get some of what we just worked at in a little different way, okay? So we'll start kind of midway or a little bit further than midway up your mat. Again, I've got a quite short mat here. So we're gonna start with actually the right toe. So my left knee's down, the right toes are up. Right hand is on the hip, left hand is up. So nice straight line here. And we're gonna reach up and over. This knee, I tend to hyperextend my knees or lock them, so I have to watch that they don't hyperextend. Okay, it's not bent, but it's not hyperextended. We're twisting and leaning. So you want to feel like you're in between two parallel walls. You feel this delicious stretch all the way down the side. You're continuing to twist up towards the sky. And then here, you're going to get you're going to catch a little bit of a stretch for that groin. Okay? And then from here, let's take this hand down, shoulder, elbow, wrists are stacked. Take this toe, turn it from up to down, take it off the back of your mat a little bit, and then reach your hand over. This is as if someone's pulling your fingers one way, your toe is anchored or your foot is anchored, and you're twisting to the sky. So this is all through the side body. All the side planking we may have been doing, or work through the side of the body. Push into the bottom hand so we're not dumping. You can gaze down, you can gaze up, you'll find different things. Be gentle with your neck. Now move your toe back to the center of your mat. Anchor your heel, toes come up, and we'll do it one more time, just because it feels so good, right? So you'll feel this all through the side body. Draw the navel in, right? So this is all pulling back as the hips and pelvis are pressing forward. Do you feel that?
Oh yeah.
Feels so good. Sidelines of the body tend to have so much tension. And again, take this toe behind you a bit. So anchor that toe or the foot down, and then from that anchor, you can push the hips and pelvis forward. So do you feel that?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and then really twist. So again, you're the experts of your own body. You can play around here.
All through here.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so again, like all through the psoas, the hip flexors, all this is connected, right? Good. Beautiful. So let's just all the way back onto the hands and knees. And then we're just gonna roll into a cat and a cow. We'll face you again. You can go the other way, but we'll just face you again. I'll sit up on the back. We can sit up on the back of our mats. Just roll up to the spine. This is such a great one to do in the morning, cat and cow. If you can do this a few times, just to kind of awaken the spine, massage the organs. So many benefits to this, to that pose. But okay, so we'll slowly come back up and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, your heel is in line with that other knee. Your toes are up to the sky. You're kind of fired up through these muscles here, so you're not just laying, you're not just relaxed here, and you're reaching up and you're twisting. So you may find like that one side of the body is significantly tighter than the other. It's very interesting to see. Watch, you're not locking out on this knee. Good. And if the gaze bothers you to look up with your neck, keep your gaze straight ahead. Good. Now we'll take the hand down, shoulder, elbow, wrists are stacked. Toe goes just kind of off the mat. Anchor the toe. And then press the hips and pelvis forward from here. Yeah, you can explore here the space. You can look down, you can look up. Just really kind of find out where you need it most. And then bring the toe back to the mat. Toe to the sky, heel grounds you down. And so some people like to have the hand on the hip here, down the leg. Just don't push right into your knee joint, okay? Watch that you're not falling into that knee joint. Oh, last time, beautiful. Take this right behind you. Really sweep it up. Good. When we've got more range of motion through the joints and flexibility through the muscles, we can really work them to their fullest capacity. Good. And then here, we'll just kind of roll it on back. Let's come into a cat and a cow.
Oh yeah.
Roll it all back.
Woo.
That feels really nice. Really nice. So now let's take a kind of just sit on our bum. We're going to lie right down onto our mat, and we're going to do a beautiful stretching series for the back of the legs and the sides of the legs, okay? So you'll lie down on your back. If you tend to be someone who lies on your back and feels the need for your head to keep lifting, roll up a little towel behind your neck, not behind your head, behind your neck. Okay, so we're going to take the strap. I'll start with the left leg. So I'm taking on the ball of the foot. Okay, I'm going to lie down. And when I say the ball of the foot, you don't want to have it in your instep. I want you to have it so that you can flex your foot so your toes are coming down to the shin. So we're not trying to bring the leg into the body as of yet. So we're not trying to get into the hamstring straight away. We're trying to get through that Achilles heel. So depending on the length of your strap, you may need to loop a couple times. And then here, just draw your shoulder blades down your back And then just create enough tension. The tension is just coming with the biceps and the weights of the arms. Watch the shoulders arm up to the ears. Settle here. And just bring your toes down. Feel that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So just breathe here and allow the heel to continue going towards the sky and the toes down towards the shin.
Sends an electrical charge down the back of my leg.
Yes, feel the electrical charge. I like to just close my eyes here. So, and I want you to visualize, breathe into the tension in your calf and your lower leg. Breathe into that electricity. As you inhale, that area of tension expands, and then as you exhale, it softens. That tension dissolves, okay? So try to visualize that a few times. Sometimes less pull is better. Good. And then just have your foot in more of a relaxed position. So kind of take off some of the pull and just start to bring the leg in towards the body. Start with it straight, please. So the knee is straight, okay? It tends to want to bend right away. You might not go very far, that's fine. Keep it straight. And just continue to breathe here and just move it a little bit side to side. So as you're pulling in, there's a bit of a sway happening and you think, okay, you don't even have to think, you can feel here. What's happening? Where do I feel this? Where do I need this a little bit more? So I'll leave you to discover that on your own and what's happening in your body. Deep breaths in, and this is where you might want to go back to just exhaling through the mouth. If you're happy with your ujjayi, go right ahead. If you know what I mean when I say root lock and belly lock, go right ahead. We won't get into all that today. Now let's just try the knee to soften here. So the knee softens, and now we feel that knot behind the knee. We feel that in the belly of the muscle. Okay, and again, we can play here. Cross it over the midline, open it away from the midline. What do we feel? Relax your shoulders. Just try to find where you need it most. We tend to hang out where we don't need it most. Okay, we hang out in the spots that are comfortable, so let's go into the discomfort. Breathe into it as you inhale. Feel it expand. And as you exhale, visualize that tension just dissolving. Good. And now take the leg, again, just away from the body a bit. We'll take the strap, both sides of it, into your left hand. Take it kind of a nice pull up, not so much that your head comes off, but just pull up as high as you can. Right hand is on the front of the pelvis so that you don't topple over. And you're going to take the leg out to the left side. So the leg comes out to the left side. You're really pressing through your right heel, okay? So you're not falling over. And not only does the leg go out to the side, but it also starts to come up towards the left shoulder. And you feel that very strong stretch to the inner thigh and groin. For those of you who are very flexible through this range, you may take the strap behind the back of the head and press the back of the head into the strap as you're pressing through the right heel. So you feel this very strong sensation through the whole left side. Good. And again, yeah, you can look away from the leg. And then bring that leg back through center, wow. And then we'll cross the strap. So make a little X in the strap. And again, maybe you have to loop. It depends on the length of the strap and the length of your leg. I want both elbows down here. So you're not going to go too far. The shoulders are away from the ears. Flex the foot. And then you're crossing it over the midline, okay? So now when we cross it over, watch that this leg hasn't gone funny. Keep that right leg right down the mat. And here I want you to pull your belly button to your spine. Your right hand is lifting your leg up, so it's actually coming closer to your right shoulder, all the while the left hand is drawing back and the left elbow is drawing back. So Jeff has not a long enough strap to do this, but I think he's feeling it regardless, so he's fine. Yeah, he's really feeling that. So the breath is super important to keep breathing. If you stop breathing, that means you need to back off a bit. Okay, so now you can just take the strap in just the right hand, which I think you've already done, and let the left hand release down. So this is a very deep stretch for many of us. I'll just move over for you. So for some of us, we'll instead bend your bottom leg to support the top leg, and maybe you'll feel like you even need to bend the top leg. But if you can have the bottom leg essentially props the top leg up, you could also use a block here underneath that foot, just so that you're not going into such a deep twist, okay? Some of our bodies are fine with this deep twist and it feels glorious and it's great. That's fine. Again, honor where you're at. And then once you've had enough, come all the way back up. And then we're going to bend the knee so it comes nice and wide. Okay, and we're going to see if we can't grab a hold of the foot with the outsides of the hands, and then we scoop the belly and we bring the nose to the toes and the toes to the nose. Yeah. Yeah. A little rock the baby here. Good. And from here, we slowly come down. No rush, stay as long as you can. And then let that leg just shake right out. And just for a few moments, just shake out your fingers, draw the shoulder blades down the back, wiggle out the leg. Just lie here for a few moments and just notice the loop of energy through that whole left side, the whole side that you just worked on. From the back of the leg up and around the hip and pelvis. Should just feel really good. This side maybe feels longer than the other side. And of course, we will take some time to balance out the other side as well. So really beautiful stretch. I love this stretch series. We can add a few things onto it, but one that I think never gets old and never get tired of. So let's take the strap now. Let's try to bring the balance to that other side around the ball of the right foot, and we'll wrap the hands again, and we'll just bring the toes down. And these are the stretches that we need to do because we need to do them together because we often don't hold them long enough on our own. Can I be right there? Would you agree?
Absolutely, yes.
So let's again just bring the toes down towards the shin. We're not trying to bring the leg into the body just yet. Feel that strong stretch to the back of the leg, the Achilles heel, Achilles tendon. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. This is the area when we're walking the dog that we stretch out, or when we're pushing the toes back on the mat and Joe had to lift his butt up a bit. That's that area that we're stretching. And it's just nice to hit it from different angles. Keep breathing in, keep breathing out. Even pressure on both sides here. Good. If you can just hear Jeff's breath, yeah, you want to be able to just breathe into the tension, see it expand, and exhale, let the tension dissolve. Breathe into that tension, feel it expand, exhale, let it dissolve. Good, and now maybe bring the strap down just a titch, and we'll start to bring the leg in towards the body. So we're keeping the knee as straight as we can. Okay, we're watching that the other leg doesn't flare out. Keeping the face as relaxed as possible. Maybe we're going to let the leg just kind of float a bit side to side here. Another thing to watch is watch that you're not clenching the jaw, so keep a gap between the upper and lower molars. Good. Now soften the knee and notice how that changes the sensation. And you'll notice right away, like, what side do you feel tighter on? So my side has always been tighter on the left side. So I tend to, especially in the past, like to stretch the right. So we want to stretch more on the tight side. Okay? Good. Now we'll take the hand as high as we can up on that right foot, that right strap, and take the left hand in front of the pelvis and take the leg out to the side. So watch that you don't just kind of fall over with the leg. Right? You want to stay anchored here, charge to that left leg. Some of us will feel comfortable to take the strap up and back behind the back of the head. We should give you a little pull here.
Oh, yeah.
Good. So this is nice. You can always give a little assisted. Make sure you're always asking for feedback if it's too much or not enough.
That's good.
Good. And this is an area you don't want to overstretch through the groin, so you got to be careful. And slowly come back in. We're going to cross. We're almost done here, so we'll cross the strap, loop around, and again, important to draw the shoulder blades down, elbows on the ground. Make sure that that left leg is straight down the middle of the mat, and then take the leg over. Now, as it comes over, feel the left hand is pulling it up a bit, and the right arm is drawing it down. So we feel this strong sensation through the outside line of that right leg. Yeah. Through that IT band. Oh, you feel definitely maybe a electrical sensation through here. Okay. So we breathe in and we breathe out and we lift up and we draw down. And eventually this comes to taking the strap, both sides of the strap in the left hand, and the right hand opens up. So we have the palm up here so that we really open up through the fibers, through the chest. Again, if this is too deep of a stretch, you bend your bottom knee up to add a little support. Sorry, my toe, my poor unpedicured toe is getting right in your face. Okay, so here or here, if we need to bend it, we can bend it. Just finish off with a last breath or two and then come all the way up. Gently and slowly, we're gonna bend the knee, open it wide, flex to the left toes, scoop the belly, bring the nose to the toes. Yeah, you can rock the baby a bit here. Good, and then slowly lower down. Release the leg. And then just shake out the leg here. Shake out both legs. And just notice that loop on that whole right side now. How does it feel? Do you feel more balanced? Definitely the stronger sensation you might feel on this side because we just worked on it. And just take the time now to just lie here. In yoga, we call this the Shavasana, the corpse pose. We often finish our classes this way, our practice this way. So just allow your body to absorb all the work we've just done. Let it imprint into your body. See if you can't lie here for 1 to 5 minutes. And if you have that feeling to just pop right up, just see if you can just resist it. Resist it a few times and just let yourself sink into the support underneath you. Allow your body the chance to recover. Allow it to stay in the sympathetic side of your nervous system, the side where it can heal and repair. Thank you so much for stretching with us today. Namaste.